The individual who used the pseudonyms Katie Johnson and Jane Doe has alleged in two 2016 lawsuits that she was sexually assaulted by Jeffrey Epstein in 1994 when she was 13 years old at Epstein's Manhattan residence. The interview video, a video recording of a woman using a pseudonym and appearing in a disguise like a wig, was shown to media outlets by a representative. Reports indicate this video contained her claims. She was scheduled to appear at a press conference in Los Angeles in the fall of 2016, shortly before the election, but the event was abruptly canceled. Her attorney stated that she had received multiple threats and was too afraid to go public. These are her claims.
Okay. Jeffrey Epstein knew that I was 13 years old. When he interviewed me, he asked me to get down to my bra, just my panties, and I thought that was weird, but he asked that I give him a massage. And then he asked me my age. He asked me, and I told him, told him that I was 13. I told him why I was there. And he basically said, well, you'll do, I'm sure that you'll fit pretty nicely here. And then he tried to, basically, slip himself inside of me. And I pushed him away, and I told him that I wasn't interested in that, but he said that I would do. And as far as Donald Trump, he knew that I was 13, and I believe that Tiffany told him he seemed to take a liking to me because I was I was so young, and I was also.
Katie Johnson claims she met Trump at Jeffrey Epstein's house in Manhattan. She filed a lawsuit and prepared to go public, planning a massive press conference to detail the events she claims occurred when she was a teenager. But just hours before her planned appearance, the event was abruptly canceled. Why? Threats, fear, and a sudden dramatic withdrawal from the public eye. This is the intensely emotional moment her quest for justice was cut short.
I met Donald Trump at some parties I attend that I was working for Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. There was about 3 or 4 times that I had encounters with Donald Trump. I was 13. The first time that I met Donald Trump was at a party at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion. There was an orgy going on, and he was kind of watching off in the distance. And he basically asked if I could come over and give him a hand job. And at first, I wasn't very comfortable with it. This was like my first party, and I didn't think that was my responsibility. But my recruiter told me that I needed to do it, so I agreed to. And then he, I began to. Sorry, this is a little difficult, but. Before I gave him a hand job, he kind of slapped my hand away and said, you need to use a glove. And the recruiter ran over and handed me a glove and said, no one touches Mr. Trump's penis without a glove. So I needed to use a glove. I gave him a hand job, and then immediately after, he had an orgasm, he left, and I didn't see him again at that party. Jeffrey Epstein is a billionaire friend of Donald Trump's that was responsible for throwing the sex parties.